Hello, welcome to the next edition of Jank, and today we're playing a deck that I think is hopefully going to be sweet, but I don't think it's going to be that competitive, but we'll find out. The concept I wanted to try this season was to hazard it into Croxa, the brand new one, so that way we could maybe eat 5 cards in the yard and then escape another threat in the yard, like Shield Red. I don't know how good that's going to be, but I'm kind of intrigued to see how it plays out. I do get Magic Ace did a different deck with Hazoret, Jajaro and Hazoret, with Emrakul, big Italies, which is a really sweet concept, but I want to do something a little bit different. If you guys like Mardu Reanimator, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be alerted about future videos, and share this video around if you like. And let's get into the deck list. All right, so we do have a decent amount of triomes in the deck to make sure we have our 3 colors. We have a decent amount of fast lands and adjacent to slow lands because they don't cost life. We do have some shocks as well, 3 blood crypts, 3 shrines, and a couple foundries. We have our primary win cons, Croxa, Hazoret, Shieldred, a couple Lilianas to fill our graveyard up, Fable the Mirror Breaker also fill our yard up, and we have a removal with Harvester, Push, a Ring Vanishing Verse, and Push. Yeah, Harvester's also removal. We have Mutt, and then we have a Citrus Supplier to fill our yard, so that way we could fill Fuel and hopefully Croxa into something good. Sideboard wise, we have Duress for the control matchup, Volley for mono white, Grease Fang. Fracture is pretty good against Planeswalkers, Artifacts, Enchantments, hits opponent, Fable the Mirror Breakers. 2 Go Blanks for Graveyard Hate and Hand Disruption. Necromentia as a way to fight through combo decks. 3 Extinction Events is pretty decent for against aggro as well as mono green Devotion. And then we have Leyline of the Void. It is more Graveyard Hate. So let's see how this actually plays out, but I'm super excited. I'm super intrigued to see how this deck actually functions. And let's get into some gameplay. With Thoughtseize. The Wandering Emperor, pass the turn. Hollow Fountain tap, passes. That's not a bad top deck. Not at all. So we get to Harvester, pass the turn. All the Storm Giants, passes. By Liliana, he's just going to censor. Let's just go to combat, see if we can't bait a removal spell. Let's Thoughtseize. Dovin's Veto. Play a tap land. Pitch the Hazoret. Draw a card. Fatal Push. That's a dead draw. Plays an island. Passes. Thoughtseize. So weird. Go to combat. Attack you. Thoughtseize. I guess censor. Pass the turn. Took censor so we could resolve a Liliana. So here comes a March for the Harvester, which is fine for me, right? That means he has less white cards to pitch to get this Hazoret. Maybe I should have just pushed it, honestly, so I could have another card in the graveyard. For the escape, plays a Field of Ruin and passes. Ouch. Liliana. We know his last card is Teferi and a March. Uptick. Get rid of the push. Pass the turn. Plays a Plains. Comes to Fairy. There's Teferi. I'm assuming upticks. Yep. Vanishing Verse. Uptick Liliana. Is there a world? I guess Vanishing Verse eats the Hall if I ever get to it. I guess get rid of Croxa. Pass. Any lands. Upticks to Fairy. Draws a card. Memory Deluge. Plays a farmland. Untaps 2 lands. Play the Mutt. Pitch Vanishing Verse. Uptick Liliana. Pitch a Hazoret. Pass the turn. We will find lands eventually. Oh, maybe I need to up it to 25. I was hoping that I had enough early game loot type effect with Fable and everything to be able to ramp this thing. He tucks my Liliana. So that means that decreases my ability to even get... Well, top 2 cards are lands. It's going to be problematic. Could also field me to shuffle it away. We untap. Alright, there's a land. That's good. That's good. Go to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has a Hall up. So I think I just pass. Get her one mountain. Upticks to Fairy. Portable Hole. Okay. I'm fine with that. I don't need the Mutt. Passes. Untaps the pathway. Thoughtseize, I guess. We have nothing going on. Wandering Emperor, sure. Take Verdict. Pass the turn. We're just not in a very good position. Put the counter on it. That's fine. I don't care. Take 3. Down just 11. Alright, Courtyard. So now we have 5. Pass the turn. But we're dead if he knows what he's doing. Probably just going to Memory Deluge here. So what he should do is just turn on Hall, put a counter on the token, hit me for 11. Just could not find those lands fast enough. Takes the Fairy, plays a castle, plays Shark Typhoon. Alright, I mean, you definitely punted that game away. You should have just went for the win. But okay. Take it down to 7. Alright, we'll do it for content. Alright, I'm off. Alright, this matchup gets a lot better post-board, right? Like, that's just a dead card. These are actually relevant. These are potentially relevant. Maybe not Necromentia. I don't like that. Actually, Necromentia is probably better than Verse. I don't like that. Blood Crypt, tap, go. If we can get to 3 mana, this hand should be pretty decent. Plays a tap castle, passes. There's a second land. It's good. Or the third land. Play Harvester, go. Probably going to play a white source here to leave up a Censor or a Veto. Alright, so now we just got to play around a Censor now. Another Fable, so that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and Fable. I mean, at this point, I have nothing but good cards in my hand. So I don't honestly care if I could resolve both of these Fables or not. Hollow Fountain, untapped, passes. Haunted Ridge, play Haunted Ridge. Go to combat. Smack ya for 3. Ganjus. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Crack the Blood Token, get rid of the Kroxa. Deserted Beach. I think I pitched both lands. Because I am digging for a white source. So he could have a Wandering Emperor, but I think I risk it. Makes a Shark. That's whatever. Now the question more is, do I play Liliana here, or do I want to play... Or do I sneak this Hazard down? Oh, he's tapped out, but he could have a Supreme Verdict. I think I just go blank. Pass the turn. Plays a Plains. Teferi? Sure. Upticks Teferi. Passes? Alright, so I'm assuming you're going to untap 2 lands here. Alright, so Dovin's Veto or Censor available. Alright, so I can't really cast that. I mean, I can, but it's not great. Liliana. I need to get semi-hellbent. Alright, that works. Yeah, because otherwise I would have just paid 5 and I wouldn't have had haste, and he could just Supreme Verdict. Marches my Harvester. Okay. Is there a reason why you want to do the Harvester instead of the KebbieG, which is just a better card? Go to combat. Do I... Let's hit the Fairy. This could make a Wandering Emperor come down. Yeah, so that's bad. Better off just pooping out a token, honestly. Alright, go ahead and exile it. Okay. What do I want to name? Absorb? Pass the turn. Blasted control players. So we know he has a Faithful Absence in hand. Plays a Deserted Beach. Turns on the Hall. Puts a counter on the Hall. Smacks face. Probably got to untap a blue and a white source here, so that way he has Absence up. No, it's wide open. Alright, hazard it. Go to combat. Do I hit do I hit the Emperor? I think so. Because I can't kill the Teferi. It doesn't really matter. I just want to put it in my yard for safekeeping. Castle Vantress. That's not bad. Honestly, it's not as good as tagging with a Hall, but it's not bad. So he untaps 2, right? He has Faithful Absence up. Go to combat. Boot away. Fable. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Dovin's Veto. Pass the turn. He's going to ultimate this, and he just wins, right? You really shouldn't. You should actually uptick it one more time. That way he can get max value from this Teferi, but yeah, I'm just off of it. There's just no point. Yeah, we were just drawing lands. That was not good. So 0-1 against control. Let's see if we can't get a better matchup. Botanical Sanctum. Alright, so I'm assuming this must be Lotus Field. Play a Savini Triumph. Go. I'm going to play probably a Shock next turn with a Thoughtseize. No, this is Neoform. Rona. Okay. So push isn't completely dead here. That's good. Alright, Cliffs. Push. Thoughtseize. Take Jace. Pass the turn. Sanctum. Juviant Tyvar. Gets back Ronaz. He milled 3 lands, which is pretty good because those have been some bad top decks. Oh, he gets Jace. Seems fine, I suppose. Flips it. Upticks Jace. All right, we need, I guess, the castable card. We'll probably pitch away this Blood Crypt. Fatal Push. Godless Shrine. Tap. Go. Rona. Loots. Tyvar. Upticks Jace. Watery Grave. Tapped. Passes. Sanctum. Shieldred. Pass the turn. Alright, loots. Draws a card. Takes some damage. He draws a card. We do know that he has a Reflection in hand. Or a Retraction Helix. He can bounce a Shieldred when it comes time. Island. To me, that's too many lands for that deck. I could be wrong. Did he ever get Jengatha in hand? Is that what he's going for here? No, it's still in his pile. Oh, flips Rona. That makes sense. Smacks me for 5. Just take it. I don't care. You untap it, I assume. Or wait, you already untapped. No, you didn't. Okay, seems good. All right, Mutt can't attack. Gain a life. We will go ahead and push it. Go to combat. Hit Tyvar, I think. That means he can't get Rona back unless he top decks another one. Oh my god, the 3rd Rona. That's obscene. Sure, passes. We gain a life. Ugh, Mutt. Get rid of the mountain. Draw a card. Cycle the Triumph. Gain a life. Go to combat. Hit Jace. See how much he cares about the ultimate. Alright, so he does deeply care about ultimating Jace. Alright, ultimates to Jace. So now every spell mills me 5. He thought seizes my Fabled Mirror Breaker. And he scoops it. So against this matchup, I think Leyline in and Go Blank in. Liliana the Veil probably just helps them. Push is okay. Verse is probably better though. We can go down a push. A Stitcher Supplier. A Thoughtseize. Run it like that. Blooming March for the opponent. Thoughtseize. Take Fable, I assume. You don't take Harvester or the Hazoret. Doesn't make any sense. Takes Fable. Passes. Stitcher Supplier. Play pass. Go. Watery Grave. Untapped. Rona. Cliffs. Harvester. Go. Alright. Loots with Rona. Loots away a Consider. So that must mean he's shortage probably on lands in hand. Tyvar. Untaps Rona. Down ticks Tyvar. Gets a Jace. Loots with Jace. Flips it. Upticks, I assume. Passes. Stitcher Supplier. 3 lands. Ouch. Pass the turn. Actually, I really would love that Triome. Or the Ridge, any of those 3. I need 2 more lands. He loots. Gets rid of another Rona. There goes my Hazoret. Upticks on Blood Tithe Harvester. Treasure Cruises. Play Mountain. Pass the turn. Loots. Targets power word kill. Kills my Blood Tithe Harvester. Come on, deck. Give me a land off the top. Oh no, that's like the worst possible top deck. Alright, targets Thoughtseize. Alright, so he's gonna know that we have 2 Croxes in hand. Haha, got him. Loots with Rona. Pitches a Marsh. Come on, deck. Give me something good here. Land or... yeah, give me a land. No more Croxes, please. Treasure Cruises. Mana Confluence. Passes. Courtyard. Pass the turn. So now I'm almost live for Croxa, but I could at any point just draw a Hazoret and just go from there. I don't need him anyways. Glissa, Sunslayer. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I like it. She's a good card. Loots away a breeding pool. Actually, it kind of goes off, doesn't it? Oh, crap. There's the finishing piece. Mox Amber makes him win, right? And Helix. So if I draw a land, I play Croxa, get back Hazoret, attack with Hazoret, hopefully find something. A Shieldred, maybe? Another Jace to untap the Rona. Loots. Gets rid of a Darkslick Shores. Loots again. Discard the breeding pool. Mox Amber. You have a Helix, you win. Alright, so he mills me. Okay, so that's officially game. Maybe we need to keep the push in. Honestly, let's just cut the Thoughtseizes. They're just kind of mid. Bring in a Fracture. I don't like that. Cliffs. Go. Shores. Passes. Triumph. Go. Breeding pool. Shocks himself. Rona. Mox Amber. Push it. So you can't ramp this turn. Leyline of the Void. Sacred Foundry. Pass the turn. Sanctum. Tyvar. Gonna down tech it. Get back Rona. Now the question more is, do I want to kill it now? Push it. Loots. Gets rid of a Confluence. Considers. That resolves. We untap. Sanctum. Now let's just Leyline of the Void. Pass the turn. I could leave up a push, but another Rona. Helix. So he can produce infinite mana, but is that enough? As soon as he reveals the other win con, I guess we scoop it up. I guess I had to leave up that push. Okay, produces a black. Not sure what that means. Is your goal just to put enough mana into it to flip it? Sunslayer. Okay, bounces the Leyline of the Void. Jengatha. That's not a big deal. Okay, recast Tyvar. Goes for a mill again. Seems like they're desperately trying to find anything. I still fail to find any infinite enough combo to win this game. So I'm not going to scoop to a undefined win con right here. As far as I can tell, they're literally just cast Mox Amber. Okay, so they state it is deterministic. But so basically the goal is to make infinite mana every so often, loot through Tyvar. Try to find that one combo piece. Is that really their entire plan? That seems kind of meh. All right, so I think I'm going to scoop. I mean, I guess there is technically a path forward. It just doesn't seem very profitable, but sure. 0-2, let's get to next. Toggle Shrine, tap, go. Concealed Courtyard, Night. Okay, that's fine. I was worried that it was a Thoughtseize. Concealed Courtyard, I want to play a Mountain, play Harvester, go. This hand has the potential to get to a Hazoret. Hollow Fountain. Untapped. Interesting. Black. Invasion of Gamakon. Should take the Lily. Because otherwise I'm just going to play Lily and make you sack. Which is good for me because I want to showcase this, not this. Blood Crypt. I don't want to reveal that I drew that. So we'll play Courtyard. I don't really want to Vanishing versus. I'd rather save it. So let's just get rid of the Harvester. I don't need it. I can use a blood token and discard something. Which, I mean, he definitely profited, right? That 2-for-1 was in his favor. I mean, my 2-drop lost to a 1-drop. Unclaimed Territory. On Vampire? On Knight. Esper Knights? Corpse Knight. Crack the blood token. Get rid of a Blood Crypt. Another Hazoret. I don't think I have anything else, so untap. Oh man, that's a card I want like a few draws from now. But then this would be down and attacking Marshall. Makes it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try to see if he attacks the invasion. Okay, he does. So I'm going to just eat the invasion and basically disappear your attack. Especially since everything he has is multicolored anyways. Another invasion. Oi, what are you taking? Kroxa or Hazoret? Actually, it doesn't really matter. Either way, it helps me, especially if I top deck an untapped land. That is not an untapped land, dang it. All right, Thoughtseize. Take the Rider. I guess pass the turn. I just want to land. So we definitely know he's going to be flipping this. So he's going to attack this, my face. I can't do anything about it. Just a vanilla 4/2 flyer for 3. Come on, deck. Give me an untapped land for this Hazoret. I feel so guilty now. I pitched this Blood Crypt away. I shouldn't have, because I would have probably had a decent blow. But now it might just be too late. Come on, land. Fable. Damn it, man. I even upped my land by 1. So that way I would get mana land screwed less. But I guess I'm destined for this. And that seems like to be the only flaw in this deck so far. It's just, they can't get the lands. Which is weird because Rakdos Midrange doesn't have this problem at 25 lands. And we still play Harvester and we still play Fable and the Mirror Breaker. So, I don't know. So I'm definitely chumping here, I think. I have to. We just can't seem to top deck a land. We're at 4. So now we top deck a land, but it's untapped. I mean, it's tapped. So it's useless. Pitch both of those. And we scoop it up. Just couldn't find it. So against Knight, white bullet. Oh, volley hits a lot of his threats. Extinction event seems pretty reasonable. That seems to be it. Vanishing Verse seemed meh because he has a lot of multicolored threats and maybe some thought seizes. Keep in a verse, get rid of the Thought Seize, run it like that. Play Triumph, go. Courtyard, plays a Vulnerable Knight. Shelly, play Foundry, tapped, go. Plays Coast. Corpse Appraiser, Corpse Knight, seems decent. I think I'm just going to go ahead and shoot that down right now. And then I'm going to try to Fable the token trades with the Knight. Take 2, Cliffs, Fable, pass a turn. I could just draw lands with the next 6 turns, right? I just literally go from Shieldred, Hazoret, Kroxa, which is just a bunker's curve, but is this War Marshal? Yeah, seems great. So I'm assuming he attacks. Yeah, we block, trade, then counter moves to the Marshal. Yes, pitch Kroxa and Extinction Event. Do I need Extinction Event right now? I want to keep Shelly, but maybe I just pitch Shelly. All right, there's the lands. That's good. Let's just play this Shattered, pass. Plays a Plains. All right, so that means I have to shoot it right now. Detention Sphere. Eats my Fable. Okay. That is a play. Play a Hazard, I guess. Pass the turn. Just pray it lives. Corpse Knight. Please play another even one. Okay, that was good. That's good. So now we can do this on even and then push the Bodyguard. Push it. Go to combat. Smack face. I guess get a free Shelly. I was really hoping for Kroxa though. Alright, Shieldred. Go. Because Kroxa would have gave me a Shieldred. Alright, got that game. I think we just run it back. Courtyard. Bodyguard. Foundry. That's great. So I have another land, which is what I need. Like, this hand can curve out. Like, I kept this hand. We have so much removal. Which this hand was just going to win that match anyways. Pushing, and then an event is just cracked against his deck. So 1 and 2, we didn't get our actual thing we wanted to have happen done, but let's get into the wrap up. So what did we learn this week about this deck? And there was definitely some negatives about the deck, right? Consistently trying to get to the 5 mana for the Hazard was quite difficult for some reason. So I wanted to make a slight adjustments. I cut the citrus suppliers. They necessarily didn't really help with that avenue, but they, even though they do help with the Kroxa reanimation mode on him, they don't actually help with consistency in draws. So I went ahead and cut that for Volder and Epicure. I also cut the Mutt for a Shieldred. I think that's probably the better way to go. So that way we have more legends to hit with a Hazoret that's not just Hazoret. So, but I do actively want to try the deck that Magic Aids featured on the channel, with that basically has Boros, Hazoret with Elharg. I want to try that at some point. At some point, I might try in a cool new brew idea, something more with Kroxa, not necessarily in this type of shell, but I don't necessarily know if I want to ramp into it or what. But it'd be kind of cool to actually be able to cast it, because the card out of the set is one of the most interesting to me, because I love the old school Titan cycle, and he has a lot of the same feel that a Titan used to have, except of course he has Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. Most of the other Titans only had one ability stacked on it, plus their ETB and attack trigger. So I think I want to try it more, but I think it's going to have to be something more like a ramp, consistently good ramp deck that happens to get a little bit in the yard as it goes along. I don't know how that's going to look though. So I'm going to try that at some point. If you have any suggestions about that list, let me know down in the comments. And if you have any other suggestions for this list, put it down in the comments. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry we only went 1 and 2, but this deck is definitely janky, so expect, Jank typically gets 1-2s. I feel like it's been our consistency so far. Sometimes we shock people and get a 2-1, but it's very difficult for a jank deck to just be brewed out of nowhere and it just work. Like, untouched, unoptimized. So this is just the beginning list. I think these improvements will make it more consistent, and of course Epicure works quite well with Fable and the Mirror Breaker, and also Blood Tithe Harvester, because there's more blood tokens to that way turn 3 you could sack Harvester, get a 4 toughness threat. So yeah, that's where I want to leave it. If you guys like it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day.